This is Renelle, and welcome to Quality Hang with Rod Brooks and friends. And here he is now, your host, my main man, Rod Brooks.
Thank you very much, Renelle. I am Rod Brooks, and welcome everyone to Quality Hang. As always, I'm joined on this broadcasting adventure by my friend, your friend, my partner in crime, the co-host of Quality Hang. He is Marcus Osborne. What up, dog? How you doing?
What is up, man?
How was your weekend?
I mean, it was a couple of days off. What can I say?
Well, you know what? You didn't get sacked 5 times, or you didn't run into 5 sacks.
Did you hear me?
I got you. You got me?
I lost him.
Uh-oh. I guess we
think
did
I
run
lost
into
you.
a sack.
Hear you.
I got you. You got me? I can hear you.
I can't. Check.
Check. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. You cannot hear me. Why don't you get out and then come back in? But you can't hear me. So you know what? Here's how we're going to communicate. We are
got it.
There we go. Are we back?
Got it. Yeah.
You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. Here is what we're gonna do. We are going to start the entire show over.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go, everybody. Take 2. Can I do it?
This is Renelle, and welcome to Quality Hang with Rod Brooks and friends. And here he is now, your host, my main man, Rod Brooks.
Thank you very much, Renelle. I am Rod Brooks, and welcome to Quality Hang. As always, I am joined on this broadcasting adventure by my friend, your friend, my partner in crime, the co-host of Quality Hang. He is Marcus Osborne. What up, man? How you doing?
Hey, you know, it's weird. This feels like deja vu, but I'm okay.
How was your weekend?
Hey, it was a couple of days off.
You know what? At least you didn't get sacked 5 times. Pay no attention to the first 90 seconds of the show, right? That didn't happen, right? It's like in court when someone says something that they shouldn't say, and then the attorney goes, strike that from the record, and the judge goes, you strike that from the record. The jury still heard it, but it doesn't count. It was a do-over, all right?
Pretend like you never heard that.
Exactly.
Confession. We'll ignore that.
Exactly. Let's start the show as we always do by thanking our presenting sponsor, the fine folks at Hop Monk Taverns. 3 locations to choose from: Sonoma, Sebastopol, and in Novato. When you go to Hop Monk, you are guaranteed to have your hunger satisfied. Great food from their diverse menu. You are guaranteed to have your thirst satisfied. Their craft beer selection is out of this world. And you are guaranteed to have your entertainment itch satisfied. At all 3 Hop Monk locations, they have live entertainment, live music every single day of the week, whether it's touring acts from around the country stopping by all 3 Hop Monk venues, or whether it's open mic comedy night or open mic music night or country line dancing night, as I saw at one of the locations. Hop Monk, they've always got something happening as far as live music and live entertainment is concerned. And Hop Monk is great because it's a place for local artists to see and be seen. So to see what they have coming up at Hop Monk, and there's something for everyone, for every taste. I promise you, check them out online at hopmonk.com, and definitely follow them on all of the socials. Marcus, we did it, baby. We made it to the end of the preseason. Woo!
Interesting.
Yes, sir.
I actually made it through the entire preseason, probably catching like a half of football.
Well, see, you're smart. You realize that just because preseason football is being presented to you, you don't have to watch preseason football. Now, to compare and contrast, I am not that smart. I gleefully, willingly subjected myself to preseason football, not just the Niners. I watch preseason football from teams that I have no interest in and teams that I do not get paid to cover for a living. Yet I sat and watched preseason football. So you are the well-adjusted adult in this relationship, not me.
It took a long, long time to break the habit of that narcotic, and as they say, use in moderation.
Well, you know
Really,
what? You know what that is? That's growth. But what that
yeah,
also
it is.
says is that your tastes have changed. You realize that when it comes to the product, in this case, football, you don't have time for that stepped on stuff. You want that pure. You want
I
that
do.
stuff that we're going to get starting next Thursday with the
do.
Cowboys and the Eagles. You want that regular season football.
I had such a. I recall having a really unhealthy obsession with football from probably from like 78 on through probably maybe 5 years ago. Really unhealthy. 14, 15 hours of football. I'm like, what am I what
You
am I
you
doing?
you say unhealthy, I say right on time, baby.
It is no longer an obsession. It is now just a pure sport that I love.
Did the Raiders do that to you? Did they did
Oh,
they did they get you off of that narcotic?
they were part of the issue, but
Yeah.
I think I told you like there was some other stuff that went on with the NFL that it just more and more things just added up. I told you I went a couple of years where I didn't watch like 3 full games of football for like 3 or 4 years.
Well, you know what? But see, you're smart and you have a conscience. I, however, I don't possess that. Okay. I fully realize that the NFL as an entity is not good. The NFL does not give. The NFL takes.
That's right.
The NFL takes money. The NFL takes it takes lives. That being said, I gotta have it, baby.
Yeah,
I'm like Pookie in New Jack City. You keep
just keep
calling.
calling me.
You
Yeah.
keep calling me, and I keep showing up for it. I can't
I
help
don't
it.
I don't blame nobody because we all have
Yeah.
advice. We all have advice. That shit that we know for a fact is not good or healthy for us at all, but it feels so good when it goes down your throat.
And man, let me tell you something. Knowing that we are not that far away from regular season football, knowing that we are not that way, we already got some college football
I
this
know.
past weekend. We'll get into
Yeah.
that a little bit later. But yeah, just to make it to the end of the preseason, knowing that games that count are on the horizon with college football starting in earnest this weekend and the NFL regular season starting next Thursday and then next Sunday for real. It is a time for celebration because, man, let me tell you, Saturday night's Chargers Niners game was it was a rough watchdog.
Yeah,
It was hard.
well, I'm sure you'll talk about it. I don't know what I'm going to think about these Chargers. I have a feeling people are going to overrate them again,
Yes,
and
yes.
and it's going to be they're going to be very disappointed again.
They're the NFL's version of the Clippers.
Yeah,
Chargers are the
man.
Chargers. Yeah, they look good. They have all the right pieces, but can you rely on them to actually win anything of substance?
Yeah,
Nope. Nope.
yeah. They will
Nope.
find a way.
Nope.
They will they will Cleveland it up.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that they like the Browns because the Browns be Browning. The Browns are a different type of stupid. The Chargers, they just kind of exist. They don't
The
matter.
dumbest teams in NFL. Which would it be, the Browns or the Dallas Cowboys?
Oh, the Browns by far. Yeah,
Okay.
it's just
Okay.
with Jerry Jones, we talked about this last week. He's got a massive amount of FU money, and he's an old man that can say and do whatever he wants to. So he's almost doing this on purpose, and he's doing it gleefully because he knows no one will check him. The Browns are just a badly run organization and have been forever and will continue
Mhm.
to be because they're the Browns. That's why this quarterback situation with Sanders and the rest of those guys is a situation all fouled up because there's no way the Browns are going to fix. These are the same people that gave Deshaun Watson over $100 million guaranteed. They're owned by the Browns. Jimmy Haslam, a man who was accused and I believe convicted of defrauding the federal government, behind truck stop contracts and stuff like that. So no,
Jesus.
the Browns are just a badly run organization. But enough about them. Getting to the Niners, health is still an issue for a number of players, but there were some guys who were able to full go in practice today. Rookie defensive end Michael Williams got on the field for the first time in the free practices. That's good. Rookie defensive tackle CJ West was able to get on the field for the first time in a few days. That's great. And starting left guard Ben Barch was able to practice today. Notice I did not say the name Marcus Jawan Jennings, who is still dealing with a calf issue. That I will. My tone of voice gives the impression that I'm skeptical about the severity of this calf issue, but I am not going to publicly say that I believe that Jawan Jennings is using his calf as a reason to not practice because he has not gotten he has not gotten a new contract. I have my suspicions. I don't know. I'll leave it at that.
It's fair. They're fair suspicions. Like no one's faulting you for feeling that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of us are inclined to agree with you.
There are people who agree with me, and I'm not going to say what I was going to say because that might be violating some confidences. But yeah, so now we're getting to a point though with Jawan Jennings and the Niners wide receiver position that is still at a critical point because of injury. That he's either going to have to magically get healthy, or the Niners are going to have to really do some scouring on the waiver wire when that starts to get active tomorrow, as cut down day for all teams is tomorrow. Everybody's got to get down to 53. And we talked about this last week with the Niners going out and getting Sky Moore, who is looking more and more. It's watching him Saturday night like a punt returner more so than somebody they can count on to play wide receiver on a consistent basis. Your Raiders, what was once old is now new again. They got your boy Amari Cooper back in the mix from the Buffalo Bills on a 1-year, $3.5 million deal. And according to those in the know, the Niners were interested in Amari Cooper, but $3.5 million, with the Niners kind of being in not in a bad salary cap situation, but they're very cautious in how they're managing their cap long term. That $3.5 million that it cost the Raiders to get Amari Cooper was just a little bit too rich for the Niners' budget. But with Jennings still being hurt, you're not going to have Ayuk for a few weeks. The Niners are going to have to really do some digging when it comes to getting the guy via waivers or maybe even trade as we're getting close to the season.
Interesting, because I had not heard about Amari Cooper. So that's interesting. Interesting. The last time they had a decent receiver, Amari Cooper.
Well, and so for the Raiders, where it gets interesting is that they have their own Jawan Jennings-like situation because their wide receiver, Jacoby Myers, he requested a trade. The news came out today. I don't think he requested the trade today, but the news came out today that Myers requested a trade because he is desirous of a contract extension and the all-important guaranteed money. So it's that time of year where guys are looking to get paid. Some guys are getting paid. Some guys are still waiting, like Jacoby Myers and like Jawan Jennings.
It's fascinating because more and more we are seeing, I don't want to say average, but we're seeing sort of these middle-of-the-road players starting to do this whole trade me or pay me type of thing, when once upon a time this was the playground of the elite or the nearly elite. But now we've got these mid-level guys saying, you know what, I need to get my paper, man.
Well, I mean, it's the average NFL career only lasts 3.5 years.
Crazy, bro.
And nothing is guaranteed except for guaranteed money. And at times that guaranteed money is not 100% guaranteed. So for players now, and I think you're 100% correct, what used to be the exclusive playground of the very talented player like a Parsons is now the playground of a guy having a good year and saying, I got to get it because I don't know, my next play might be my last. I mean, that's just how tenuous being in the NFL is for a lot of guys, if not most guys.
Yeah, dude, it's interesting, and I'm curious as to what's behind it, because I feel like there's more money out there to be had. So they obviously have the opportunity to make more money, but it's like dudes are like, you know what, I'm not waiting no more, and I don't care if I'm in the middle. I guess maybe there's more opportunity for jobs. I don't know.
Well, they know that they can be cut or get hurt at any time.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, closed mouths don't get fed, is what they're saying.
Yeah, but it's odd to me that this is not new. Like, they've always known they can do it.
Yeah.
And it's just that now a lot of these guys, you know, bump that. I'm trying to get my paper now.
No,
I don't blame them.
No, I don't blame him at all either. I think
Oh,
guys now are just they're just emboldened, quite frankly.
well, I would love for them to act. A lot of this stuff, and I hate to get political about this thing with the NFL, but a lot of this stuff could be handled if they had a strong union
Well,
and
I
a
mean,
strong players association. This could be handled if they had the balls to do it,
yeah.
fight for their players to get the money that they actually deserve.
Well, that's true. The NFL has always, I mean, they have been in the players' bad position ever since they lost Gene Upshaw. He's probably the last really good player
Yeah, dude.
representative that they had. It has been, in my estimation, downhill since
Mhm.
then. But I think it's more than that. Yes, you need strong leadership. There's no doubt about that. But none of the change that the players desire and change that I think is needed for them, none of that is going to happen if everyone is not unified. And
Yep.
unfortunately for NFL players, because it is a one play and you're done, or again, the average career only lasts 3.5 seasons, you can be cut at any time, contracts are not guaranteed, is that guys are saying, I got to get mine as quick as I can because I don't know how long I'm going to be here. So you have a union membership where the majority of players, understandably, are about themselves. And
Yeah.
it's hard to get guys to really come together and move as one and think as one and be as and have the resolve you need to have as rank and file membership to defeat a very powerful group that are the 32 NFL owners. It's hard to get those guys to say, we're going to do this at the risk of losing paychecks. We are going to do this for the long term and the greater good. Because I got to tell you, if I'm in that situation, if Rod B's in that situation, I got to look out for Rod B. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of players are about that, and I don't blame them.
No, and that's kind of the interesting aspect of it is if they had it better organized, they had better strike planning,
Mhm.
they keep guys out for an extended period of time. And if more than I don't know, I feel like this league more than any other league cannot go on without the players.
You're right. Absolutely.
They can have these scrub games, but everybody notices the drop off in play right away when they play the scrub games.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you could just get unified and plan this shit out, you could get it's not like there's no money.
Yeah. But the problem is that
in the world.
the owners can wait them out. The owners have the money. They can wait them out. They can, they can make deals with their television partners, Fox and CBS and Netflix and Amazon. They can make deals with them and say, okay, we have this labor strife. We're not going to have any games. We're not going to have replacement players like they did in, 1987. We're not going to do that. We're not going to have games. Let's everybody hold our water, and we're going to break this union, or not break them, but we're going to win this labor battle. The owners can afford to do that. Your average NFL player is not going to be able to do that for 6 weeks.
Yeah, this is why
12 weeks.
That's why I feel like this is where I feel like that union should find a way to take care of its members for an extended period of time, because even the NFL understands that without games, they ain't getting no money.
Yeah. Well, but see, for the owners though, they're not getting money, but they're not necessarily going to lose money, or they're not going to lose as much money as the players. That's the fight. Who can stand to lose the most money the longest?
What kind of stomach do you have for the fight?
Right. And I think the owners have more of a stomach because they have more, they got more money. The players don't necessarily have that stomach, and they definitely don't have that money. Moving on here, staying with the Niners, one guy that did practice today, the new guy showed up and practiced, Brian Robinson from the Washington Commanders. The Niners making the trade last week to bolster their running back position. Brian Robinson here. He's the one doing the push-ups.
Okay, then.
That's Brian Robinson.
Okay, then, Kendrick.
He, you know what? Football would be a lot more fun if you had guys dodging players and balls that were being thrown at them. I'm going to come run that back after he does the push-ups here. Brian Robinson takes the handoff, gets up the middle, he makes a cut, and he avoids the silver ball. So Brian Robinson, fresh from being traded from the Commanders to the Niners. Brian Robinson hit the ground running today. Brian Robinson also met with the media, and he shared a bit of a conversation he had with John Lynch once the trade was official.
Nice.
Mr. Lynch, before I got here, I'm like, look, I respect, everybody. I respect the room. I respect C-Mac, but I'm a competitor. I come here to compete. I come here, I'm ready to do my thing just as well as, Christian ready to do his. So, my job right now is just to compliment him the best way I can, and we're going to be the best duo in the league.
Oh, okay then. I like it. I absolutely like it. I talked about this last week, Marcus, that what you get with Brian Robinson, you get with the Niners didn't have last year, and they were worse off for it. You get a guy who is very good in short yardage situations. The Niners were they were a bad team when it came to short yardage rushing situations.
Yeah.
You get a guy who can catch passes out of the backfield, and to me, more importantly, you get a guy who, when he comes in for Christian McCaffrey, the drop-off is not as severe, and you become comfortable in not overusing Christian McCaffrey. So the fact that he understands his role and he wants to be an addition to what Christian McCaffrey does and what Christian McCaffrey brings. And, maybe they can have, kind of the thunder and lightning, as it is commonly called when you have these type of backs, when you have a bruising back and a back who that Christian McCaffrey won't drop the hat on you, but he's more of a, get around you and run away from you guy. He's more of a speed guy. To have two quality backs that can both give you the same thing, but each one gives you something different, and you don't have to overuse Christian McCaffrey, this Brian Robinson trade is going to be real good for the Niners.
I hope so. I would like to see them do well just because I like to see my 49er friends happy. We'll see. Like I said, I heard some good things about this cat. You told me he had 10 touchdowns last year, so I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, Escobar, he is a solid dude, Brian Robinson, one of the Bama dudes. And let me tell you something. As much as I dislike the University of Alabama's football program, the one thing that they do put out there are running backs that are big dudes that are not going to shy away from contact.
Alabama, they got athletes. They ain't got nothing else. They got athletes. Running backs and linemen.
Yeah, man. Running backs, linemen, linebackers, anybody whose job it is to run really fast and run at people and use your physical size to dominate them. Running backs and linebackers, those guys come out of Alabama. So yeah, man, I'm more excited now than I was last week, and I was pretty smitten on this move last week. I'm more excited now about it than I was last week. This is going to work out really, really well for the Niners.
Let's cross our fingers for them.
Yeah. Well, NFL news mentioned that the Raiders got Amari Cooper. And this is from the file of nothing gets done unless there's a deadline. Two of the most prominent cases of I'm not going to play until I get my money, that got settled today. Terry McLaurin of the Washington Commanders got himself a 3-year contract extension worth up to $96 million.
Nice.
Probably not going to see the full value of that contract,
Gosh.
but that doesn't matter to Terry McLaurin. What matters to Terry McLaurin, I will move this NFL banner here, is the bottom line. Terry McLaurin receives a $30 million signing bonus in the deal. Party at Terry McLaurin's house tonight.
Good for you, bro.
Yeah, man.
Not bad at all.
And the notoriously cheap, the skinflinty Cincinnati Bengals, they settled with Trey Hendrickson today. He is going to make $30 million a year. Trey Hendrickson was the NFL's sack leader last season. So these two hold-ins / holdouts worked out for the players. All of this happening today, Marcus, while Jerry Jones continues to treat Michael Parsons like a wet food stamp.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see how this thing plays out. I mean, Michael Parsons, if he decides to just kind of sit his ass down for the year, what can Jerry Jones do?
Oh, he cannot pay him.
That's it.
Which is why Michael Parsons is not going to not play.
That's so interesting, man. I just get a man his money. Why have the drama? Why have the drama?
Because it's the Cowboys. We've already
Yeah,
been
that's
through
exactly
it.
what it is.
Because
I
Jerry
know
Jones
you
can.
got him under contract. Just pay that dude.
Like,
You know
why does the dog lick himself? Because he can. And apparently it feels good.
They'll end up paying him more when his contract is up.
No, it's a power trip, though. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a power trip.
It's going to cost you more.
I don't even know if it's going to cost him more. It's a power trip. Not going to let the player get over on the owner. Most of these, if not all of these, are power trips. But what Jones is doing to Micah Parsons is just taking it to its most absurd degree. Again, with the Bengals being, like I said, notoriously cheap. Everybody knew they were eventually going to pay Hendrickson. Everybody knew the Commanders were eventually going to pay Terry McLaurin because both of those guys are really good. Now, we can argue about McLaurin getting, 3 years, $96 million total value of the extension. We can argue if they paid a little bit too much for a guy who is closer to the end of his career rather than the beginning, but you knew that was going to happen with this, Jerry Jones, Michael Parsons thing. Who knows how long they're going to drag it out? I mean, hell, man, this is 30 years ago, but Emmitt Smith, had a holdout that lasted into the first, he didn't play until week 3 of whatever season that was that he held out.
Did he open 0-2, 0-3 that year?
I believe they did. Yeah. So, if history teaches us anything, and it should, if you're paying attention, if the man would play high stakes chicken with Emmitt Smith, he don't give a damn about what Micah Parsons wants or thinks or desires.
Well, it's also funny seeing Henderson get his money. For me, I'm like, but then, well, I don't know. With the Bengals, you just never know what the hell they're gonna do. I'm like, but their defense was so trash last year. How you not gonna pay this dude?
Yeah. Which is exactly why he did what he did. Like, I'm the best player on your defense. What are you going to do? Not pay me? TJ Watt up there with $40 million a year. Myles Garrett, $41 million. Myles Garrett with 40. Danielle Hunter with 35 and change. Your boy Max Crosby with 35 and a half. Bosa with 34. I mean, Parsons slots somewhere between Garrett and
Hunter.
And I was going to say Garrett and Bosa.
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Somewhere in there. So if Watt's making 41, Garrett's at 40, Hunter is at 35. I mean, really, Parsons probably should be at 40, 41, 42 if the market keeps resetting just like it does with quarterbacks. That's probably where the impasse is. He wants to be the highest paid, and quite frankly, as much as I hate the Cowboys, I don't blame him.
Yeah, he's right. I don't blame him either. Nope.
I don't blame him. Talked about this last week that the NFL is the no fun league, and it seems like they love having that moniker. Oh, my dog's here. Hi, puppy. How are you? That the NFL, they are going to crack down on poor sportsmanship this season. They are going to crack down on what the referees, perceive to be violent gestures and sexual gestures. Those are the type of activities that will be flagged by NFL officials who will be using their notoriously bad judgment to make these judgment calls. Didn't take long, Marcus, for the NFL officials to do what I think was what they were going to do, which is make a dumbass call based off a dumbass judgment. This happened in the Browns' last preseason game on Saturday. And pay attention to the defensive end for the Browns on the left side of your screen. Follow him, see what he does to get flagged.
Let's see what this one is. Don't call taunting.
I'm 57 right here.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 57.
Come on, dog.
15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
What?
Okay, well, that's one of those that the league has started to tighten the screws on in recent years.
You want to see it again?
Yeah.
You want to see the nasty sexual move he made after tackling the guy? Okay, so number 57, he's all the way on the left side. He comes across.
Well, let's see what this one is.
Makes the tackle in backfield. We'll call it backfield. 57 gets up.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 57.
Come on, dog.
Get out of here.
Tell me that's not going to happen in the regular season.
That's
Tell me it's
like
not.
every play.
Come
Oh
on,
my
dog.
God.
NFL officials can only make black or white calls.
Oh my
That's what they're
God.
trained to do. Inbounds, out of bounds, touchdown, no touchdown. All right. Anytime judgment has to be used, like unsportsmanlike conduct, roughing the passer, pass interference, because they don't know how to judge it correctly, they don't know how to use the judgment that it's asked for in this situation, they find a way to screw it up. I'm telling you, we're going to see it during the regular season, and it's going to happen in the big moment, and it's going to be a problem for some team and their fan base.
That's just terrible. I can't even make an excuse or say it's borderline. Or I don't get that at all. He just didn't like that dude. He just didn't like.
I mean, well, it's. I'm always of a mind until proven differently. I always go with incompetence over malfeasance. So I'm of the mind that official and that was just overzealous and used bad judgment to throw a flag in a preseason game. In the grand scheme of things, doesn't mean anything. But that was incompetence.
Lord have mercy.
I don't know if he doesn't like number 57. I think that's a stretch too far. But Mark is making me laugh here.
He hooked up with his daughter or something.
Damn! Wait a minute. Stop it.
He found out. He found the Instagram pictures.
I love what Mark's saying. Defenders won't even be able to look at Mahomes and not get flagged. That's a possibility. You never know.
I mean, come on, man.
You never
What
know.
are we talking about here? The NFL's got to look at that play and go, okay, listen, let's loosen it up a little bit.
Yeah, what the NFL will say, what that official will say is, I have been tasked by the league as an official to use my judgment to throw a flag on celebrations that I deem to be excessive and unsportsmanlike. So what that official is saying, whoever the guy was, or it could have been a woman, whatever that official is saying is, I did my job that you asked me to do. And that's why officials, people are like, well, why don't they use judgment? Why don't they, instead of going by the letter of the rule, go by the spirit of the rule? That's not what they're there for. They are there to enforce the rules as they are written. And if they don't throw a flag, when they get graded, what are they going to get graded on? Not throwing a flag in that situation. And that's what officials are most scared of, being downgraded or badly graded when they are reviewed by the league after they complete their assignment on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Thursday.
Yeah, this might infuriate me. This might make me boycott the league again. I don't think I can go through a year of this type of bullshit, dude.
It's happening, brother. It's happening.
I could just see me throwing a shoe at the TV. Oh my God.
The college football season, as I mentioned, got started over the weekend, and it started in its traditional home of Dublin, Ireland. Don't ask, Marcus. It's just where we are with college football. So, of course, you can't take football fans anywhere without somebody getting all crazy. Iowa State took on Kansas State, as I mentioned, in Dublin, and actually turned out to be a good game. Iowa State winning late, 24-21. By the way, Kansas State 3.5-point favorite, just in case you were curious. And like I said, because you cannot take football fans anywhere without a couple of them or more acting like a fool, you had a testosterone presentation. You had a scuffle after the game that we will view right now. And you see clutching and grabbing. A couple of punches were thrown, but nothing really crazy. So, typical scuffle outside of a football game. Or is it really typical, Marcus? Actually, it's not typical, because the two combatants in this testosterone presentation were the brother and the father of Kansas State starting quarterback Avery Johnson.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Dude's brother and his old man acting a fool outside of the game.
Okay, my first question is, was there alcohol involved?
Yes, it's a
Okay.
game in Dublin, Ireland.
Okay,
Man,
so that now we understand that.
Hey, he was on that 5th Guinness, and he said, "Today's the day I fight my old man."
And what was the inciting event?
Hey, see, that I don't know. That I can't tell you. But my guess is, again, the always interesting combination of alcohol and testosterone. So, again, the combatants in this post-game fight were the brother and the father of K-State starting quarterback Avery Johnson.
Wow.
These two men did issue an apology earlier today, and we are going to play a new game on Quality Hang called Who Wrote This Apology? Here's the apology. And I'll read it for those of you who are enjoying the audio-only version of Quality Hang with Rod Brooks and Friends. We sincerely apologize for our actions following yesterday's football game in Ireland. Senseless bickering escalated into an unnecessary fight. We have resolved our differences and take full responsibility for our actions. We have apologized to our immediate and extended family and now extend our apologies to Kansas State University, its alumni, and fans. We regret this incident and have learned from it and are committed to ensuring that it doesn't happen again. Please accept our deepest apologies, Mark and Anthony Johnson. So, Marcus, and to all of the folks in the chat, the Quality Hangers, I ask you, who wrote this apology?
The English teacher. It's terrible. It was not a PR person. I can promise you that.
Well, I can promise you that it wasn't the two dudes who decided to have a belly full of beer and start fighting outside their sons and brothers' game in Dublin, Ireland.
And plus, where are we when we have to have these guys make apologies? Like, nobody gives a fuck about these dudes' apology. Nobody was asking for this. This is insane.
Well, it's damage control is what it is. And this was 100% written by, well, it wasn't written by Mark and Anthony Johnson.
No,
far too many multisyllabic words for it to be written by two guys who would fight outside of their brother and son's football game in a foreign country. This was written by some attorney, without a doubt.
Oh, somebody who can put words together and and make it sound like as dry as a Ritz cracker.
We regret this incident and have learned from it and are committed to ensuring that it doesn't happen again. I mean, I knew before I got to that part that Mark and Anthony Johnson didn't write this apology.
Yeah.
I was certain that they didn't write that apology when I got to the last sentence.
Yeah, ain't no way people who are out there drunk and brawling with their daddy or their son at a game is writing that apology.
Exactly. Exactly.
That person is not putting those words together.
I love Naomi. She said she's impressed with the vocabulary and the correct use of it's when most people use it's with an apostrophe. Naomi, that's how you know that they didn't write it. Just a guess on my part.
That's why I said it was an English teacher, Naomi.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. It's Escobar. Either moms or the lawyer. I didn't think about moms writing it.
Funny.
It was written by someone with Esquire after their name. That's who wrote it. So yeah, there you go. We'll play this game on the regular because there's always somebody doing something that they need to apologize for. So everybody, thanks for playing along with America's favorite game show. Who wrote this apology? We got to get some music or something for
yeah.
Got to do that.
Did you see Raja Jackson, Rampage Jackson's son?
No. Bro. Didn't know that Rampage Jackson had a son.
Well, you need to find this video. I'll give you the story.
Okay.
They were at a pro wrestling event.
Well, already sounds like trouble, but go ahead. Sure.
It was. Raja is there, and there's all these pro wrestlers around.
Yeah.
One of these wrestlers goes over to Raja, and you know how they do in wrestling. They bust a a beer can over his head, wrestling style. You know, it was fake. And so your boy wasn't part of the whole thing, but the pro wrestler thought he was. He thought that Raja was in on it. And so when he got pissed off for having the beer can busted over his head, he got mad. And dude said, "Oh man, I'm sorry." Basically, he was like, "I thought you were in on it," because he's asking like, "Why didn't you play it out?" And dude's like, "I'm not wrestling." And so he's like, "Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for doing that." Blah blah blah. He apologized to his son 3 times. They shook hands on it, the whole 9.
Yeah.
And they said, "You know what? Tonight, get in the ring. You can get me back that way." Blah blah blah. Fight comes, Rod. This dude gets on stage, and you realize very quickly, oh, he ain't playing.
Oh, he went in there on some real.
Pro wrestler dude thought it was all a game.
Right.
Your boy was not playing. Picked him up, suplexed him as hard as he could, Rod. So when he landed on the ground, he was already out cold. Then Raja jumps on his chest and hits him with 20 to 30 right in the face. Your boy's in critical condition.
Hold on.
Lost teeth, face smashed, the whole 9.
So he beat up a guy that was unconscious?
Yes.
Oh, come on, dog. Yo,
Yes.
really?
Yes.
Oh, man.
And then
that's sucker shit right there, dog.
It's so bad. And
Oh,
I'm like,
my
okay,
God.
listen, if you was that pissed off about it, my whole thing is man up and go and square up with this dude from a jump. Like, let's
100%.
throw it in. Let's throw
Yeah.
it in. But don't feel like after dude apologizes to you 3 straight times, shakes hands with you and say, "Man, I'm sorry," and then you get in the ring and then you pull this shit.
Nah, that's sucker shit.
Rod, he dumps his ass on the canvas and he is out the second his head hits the canvas.
That's
he
messed
jumps
up.
on him and he just starts beating him.
That's
and then
messed
what's
up.
crazy is they just let him smash on him for like 20 seconds. It's crazy. It's the craziest video I've seen in months. Like, wow.
I'm stunned that Rampage's son, let's call him Rampage Jr.,
Raja,
who I'm surprised he lacks critical thinking skills in a situation like that.
Has some problems.
I can't believe it. Yeah, that's messed up, man. That's messed up. That's messed up.
Bro, I watched that video like 35 times.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I had to. I kept on rewinding it. It's like you and the whales.
You know, I do love. I am a sucker for animal human encounter videos. So yeah, that's okay. Fine.
I watched that shit so many times. I'm like, wait a minute, this dude is really like beating the shit out of this guy while he is out cold on the canvas.
And
he's flying everywhere.
That is an absolute sucker move. Let's do some on this date, shall we? On this date, August 25th, the cinematic classic, The Wizard of Oz, premiered in theaters.
Oh, man. So, you know, this is one of those things. I feel like this is one of the things we've lost with the advent of streaming and the shrinking audiences of network TV.
I know where you're coming from. I know where you're going.
I really did look forward to seeing The Wizard of Oz on TV every year, man. I did.
You know, I did this specifically because The Wizard of Oz reminds me of my grandmother, my paternal grandmother. She was born in 1931. 1931 or 1932. I forget exactly. And she told me when she saw The Wizard of Oz in theaters, when it transitioned from black and white to color, the effect it had on her. Yeah, and it's hard for us to think about, you know, what life was like. Well, none of us were around, so it's hard for us to really understand it, even if we do have some understanding of it. But you know, movies were huge, and that's how people got their entertainment, and that's how people saw technology in action. from with this premiering in 1939, it's not that far removed from sound being a part of pictures. Silent movies were what in the early to mid 20s. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think you're right. Might have even extended into the 30s. So my grandmother telling me about that. It just, and even as she was an older lady telling me the story, I could just see the wonder in her eyes. And so every year when The Wizard of Oz was broadcast on television, I forget which network did it, but just like the Ten Commandments, The Wizard of Oz played on broadcast over the air, free over the air television every single year. I think it was NBC. My grandmother would call me every year on that Sunday and say, The Wizard of Oz is on. You should watch it. So, so it made me think about my grandmother. Shout out to Marilyn. Rest in peace on this day. Her favorite movie, The Wizard of Oz, premiered in theaters in 1939.
That's amazing. Yeah, I can't even tell you when the last time I actually saw it was.
I mean, gosh, it's been a long time since I've seen it.
Long
time. Last time I watched it, it still holds up. It's a good movie. It's a classic. Yeah. It's a classic.
And it flopped originally.
It flopped. Now?
It was a flop.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was such a flop in the theaters, and it just became this classic that we all love.
Yeah. My favorite story about The Wizard of Oz is that all of the Munchkins were just a bunch of drunk, rowdy assholes. Yeah. So next time you watch Wizard of Oz and you see the Munchkins, just know that they are all shit-faced and just the horniest little goblins you could ever imagine in your life.
That's right out the drunk tank.
Right out the drunk tank.
Right to the set.
I mean, you can imagine how hard it is being a little person now. I'm sure it was doubly hard back in the 20s and the 30s.
Yeah.
So damn it, you're getting drunk on the job. What are they going to do? Right. Fire you? Life's tough enough as it is. And what are you going to do? Get more midgets? There are not a lot of them out there.
He stayed drunk and horny. I'm not mad at him.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Like in the state of arrested development, literally. On this date, 50 years ago, Bruce Springsteen released Born to Run.
Wow. That's classic.
I admittedly am not a Bruce Springsteen fan. I don't dislike him. Just his music has really never hit me like it has hit a lot of people. So again, I'm an outlier, but I mean, I'm not going to sit here and lie to say that I haven't heard Born to Run and it hadn't hit me from a point like, oh, I get why people dig this. I get why people dig this song. I get why people dig Bruce Springsteen.
I like Bruce. I'm not a super fan, but I definitely like a bunch of Bruce Springsteen songs. Fire is a great record, remade by the.
They remade the Pointer Sisters record. Yeah.
He made it, and then the Pointer Sisters remade his.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that was his song. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
I love that song.
So on Born to Run, you get Born to Run. Obviously, Thunder Road, 10th Avenue, Freeze Out are the three songs I can think of off of that album. But I would dare say that this is the one that really got everybody's attention and started Bruce Springsteen off on a path that, I mean, he's still doing it, man. And like I said, he's not necessarily my type of hype, but I get why people love him because he is still going out there at a very advanced age.
Yes.
And he is still giving you 3.5 hour shows at a minimum. Still doing it.
Yeah. Wow.
Nothing but respect. So Born to Run released on this date in 1975. In 1985, on this date, the great Dwight Gooden became the youngest pitcher to win 20 games in Major League Baseball history at 20 years, 9 months, and 9 days. He was younger than Bob Feller's 1939 accomplishments. Man. When you talk about what's the best way to put it, because he did have what could have been, thank you, because he did have an accomplished career, but what could have been if Dwight Gooden had been able to have a longer career, you would have been talking about one of the most dominant Major League Baseball pitching careers in the history of the sport, because when he was on, he was literally unhittable.
Yeah, dude. Doc was one of the most fun players to watch because he was basically nothing special about him. He wasn't charismatic. he could just flat out bring heat.
That fastball got on your ass with the quickness.
Heat. Bring heat. Love it.
They're great, Dwight Gooden. I think about Dwight Gooden, J.R. Richard, personal favorite of mine. What could have been if he hadn't suffered a stroke. He was a bad boy back in the early 80s. Tim Lincecum, I kind of put on this list, even though he accomplished a lot in a short amount of time. I wish he would have been able to get about 3 to 5 years at the most of being a top flight starting pitcher. His drop off was just so severe and it was just so sudden. But I think you can put, for me anyway, I think you can't put Tim Lincecum in this category with the great Dwight Gooden. That, man, if you could have just got a little bit more of their prime of their career, just 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 years more, you'd be talking about guys that were absolute shoe-ins for the Hall of Fame. They're not, but that doesn't diminish how dominant they were in their time. And Dwight Gooden, 85, 86, 87, he was a bad man.
Amen. Oh, wait. Naomi has a comment. I have to address her Wizard of Oz comment.
Yes.
She says, what did she say? Wizard of Oz wasn't a flop. Well, put it this way. If memory serves me well, the Wizard of Oz was made for $3 million. It made about $1 million on its release. So yes, you could say that because Gone with the Wind came out that year, yeah, that was part of it. But also, not really. like not really. People still wanted to see it. It wasn't until like the 50s when they re-released the movie, actually started showing it on TV, when the film actually caught on and became sort of the cult phenomenon that it is today. But it definitely it lost money. It lost money for real when it first came out.
According to Scott Levy, thank you, Scott, and the U.S. Library of Congress, it is the most seen film in movie history. That tracks.
Yeah, absolutely.
That tracks. That makes sense.
I love that movie so much.
That makes sense.
So much.
Let's one last on this date in 1988, the debut from the great yet perpetually late Lauryn Hill was released. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, Stone Cold classic. It's the only way to put it.
Listen, I mean, how many artists? Like, we talk about one hit wonder, but we never talk about one album wonders. And Lauryn Hill would definitely qualify as a one album wonder. Now, this is not to take away from the talent, the skill, the artistry of Lauryn Hill. She's amazing. And she's an amazing vocalist. And, by the way, a great rapper.
Yep.
But that album, the only album she's ever released, that's one album wonder written all over it.
It's one of those where we would have loved to get more of a discography from Lauryn Hill. I could see the trepidation to try and not recreate and not necessarily top Miseducation, but I can see not wanting to have another album where people are immediately going to say, this ain't as good as Miseducation.
Right away.
Like there was no winning. Away. She couldn't win if she did another album, and I guess she couldn't really win, even though maybe she did win, but she couldn't win not doing an album. Does that make sense?
100%, because we've kind of seen this. There are the artists who have the slow build and then have that huge album, and they've got a built-in audience before that huge album, and then they can ride that career out. Michael Jackson, Off the Wall, was huge before Thriller. Thriller obviously blew him out the water, and he was able to go ahead and cruise with Bad and the rest of those albums. But if Thriller had been his first album, it'd have been tough, man.
Yeah.
It'd have been tough. Yep. Or even with Prince, with Purple Rain, that was like his 5th or 6th album. Like, can you imagine that being your first album? Like Alanis Morissette, how many years was she chasing Jagged Little Pill? Like,
I think, maybe she's still not chasing it, but she was chasing it there for a while.
And I mean, that thing was a monster.
Yeah.
It's so hard when you come out the box like that, it's so hard to follow up because of all the expectations. I understand why people get the jitters when that happens to him.
And again, this being her debut.
Yeah,
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's
Crazy.
crazy. And it's even crazier that it came out in 1998. Good
Yes,
God.
sir. Yes, sir.
Time flies for sure. So yeah, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, her debut and only album released on this date, August 25th, 1998. So there you go for On This Date. It's a good one.
That's amazing. That's
a good one.
Yeah.
Shall we do Best Thing I Saw Today?
Absolutely.
Best Thing I Saw Today. I will present it to all of you without comments. It is a child eating popcorn.
That is what it feels like right now. Venus Mariners line up through 3 innings. Let it eat.
All right. Why have I not been eating popcorn like this my entire life?
Like right now. Venus Mariners line up through 3 innings. Let it eat.
Why am I sticking my hand in there when I can just stick my face in the bag? Why have I never thought about that? Because I'm a very messy popcorn eater. For some reason, I cannot get the popcorn from the bag in my hand into my mouth without popcorn going everywhere. And am I embarrassed about how messy of a popcorn eater I am? Yes. But I'm also chagrined by the amount of popcorn I allow to not get into my face.
Oh, man.
So what should I do? I should do what this young man did. Eliminate the middleman or eliminate the middle hand. Don't put your hand in your bag. Just put your face in the bag of popcorn. Genius. That's the best thing I saw today.
That's amazing. There is something that I want you to see. And if I can find this, I will share it. Let's see.
We're just going to watch this kid just shove his face in his popcorn bag over and
chop
over.
away.
Yeah. Brilliant. Brilliant in its simplicity.
We should all have that sort of childlike love for popcorn. But he's thinking like a child. That's why he can do that.
Yeah. No, I'm going to do it. Matter of fact, when I go to the game tomorrow night, go to the Giants game, we're going to get video of me eating popcorn like that. I'm going to do it. Just stick my face in the bag or stick my face in the bucket. Genius level stuff.
I get it. I wanted to get this for you, Rod, because I thought
popcorn motorboating. Yo, Christian.
Yeah, nicely done.
Bromsky.
That is awesome. I wish I was quick enough to think of that.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah, I wanted you to see this, and I have to send the video to you. But there was a video that I caught today on the socials. It was a video of AC/DC's Back in Black, the funk version, and it was the tightest shit I've heard in years.
Oh, well, we got to drop that on Wednesday.
Ah, man, if I can find it, it's amazing. Amazing. Nope, can't get it.
We'll drop that on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Popcorn motorboating. That's going to be the name of my James Brown cover band, Popcorn Motorboating, coming to a Hop Monk near you.
Sweet.
As always, we end the show just as we begin the show by thanking our presenting sponsor, the fine folks at Hop Monk Taverns. 3 locations to choose from: Sonoma, Sebastopol, and in Novato. You can get your eat on, you can get your drink on, and you can get your boogie on with all of the great live entertainment that comes through all 3 Hop Monk venues. So to see what they have going on as far as live music, live shows, or like I said, they have country line dancing night, they have open mic comedy night. They do have comedy shows there. They have a wide variety of live entertainment. See what they have at all 3 Hop Monk locations by checking them out online at hopmonk.com. And as always, to all of the folks in the chat, the Quality Hangers, we see you. You guys add to the show. We absolutely love it. And to the folks who are just now discovering us, thank you very much. And I will say publicly, just as we have down here on the crawl at the bottom of the screen, because we get a lot of folks who are watching on X, formerly Twitter, and we really, really appreciate that. But we would really appreciate it if you would go to Quality Hang on YouTube and subscribe to the channel on YouTube.
Yes, indeed.
That would be very, very good for us. And also follow us and like us on Facebook and on Instagram as we continue our quest to dominate the world. That's all we want.
That's
just,
all.
Just a little world domination.
That's all.
That's all we desire. Can a boy want to dominate the world?
Exactly. Exactly. That's all I want.
All right. Love you guys in the chat. We'll see you tomorrow at the game. Marcus, my brother.
Yes, sir.
It was the Stone Groove, baby.
As always.
All right, man. See you on Wednesday. How about it?
See you, baby.
All right, everybody. Be good and be good at it. We'll see you.